Okay. Oh wow, there's actually a lot to learn right here. Personally, I'm getting to learn a lot. So meaning once I'm ready maybe to venture into chili farming, at least I know where to start from and the right thing to do. As a chili farmer, someone who has been doing it for quite some time, what are some of the challenges that chili farmers normally face?
One thing, obviously, I've told you is about the transportation if you're in the northern part of the country, unless if you know that you have your own means of transport.
Yes.
Then you can put it in your own pickup and transport. That's ours. One of the problems is what? Transport.
Yes.
And the other one is handling. The handling, once you take to some of these bus companies that do the transportation, they'll manhandle because they want to squeeze as much as possible to maximize, the volumes in a particular boat. And these are perishables. So if they don't handle with care, then it becomes what? A problem. The other ones now that is based on the garden, they are pests that like boring, putting holes into this chili, trying to lay eggs and so forth. Then the other challenge, of course, we have diseases. I've told you that fungal infections are quite many.
Yeah.
But we also have the virus.
Yeah.
Like this particular one is infected by virus.
I'm actually saying it's quite different.
So that means that's why you find it has those blemishes on it.
Yeah.
You find it is green but having some yellow spots, patches.
Yeah.
If you take that, this one they can't. They have to sort it out.
Oh.
So meaning this one, if it's a viral infection, we are supposed to just uproot, shake the soil there, and carry it and throw it at the boundary. Otherwise, it ends up infecting the other one. Ends up infecting the other one.
Yeah.
But yes, so that's those are some of the challenges. And as a way of trying to control them, we have certain chemicals that we spray.
Yeah.
But we also, if you have noticed, we have what we call stickers. There are some which are blue. You'll be able to capture and you see them.
Yeah.
We have the yellow ones also.
Yeah.
But we also have what we call the fruit fly traps, which have their own pheromone, traps within.
Yeah.
Those attract all these kinds of insects. So you'll find you have insects, yes, but they'll not be as intense as when you don't have them. You see, this is to try and reduce on the occurrence of these pests and diseases that really affect you in the garden. Yes, please.
Okay. Now you've touched that thing already. Let's talk about it. I've been moving around the garden and I'm seeing something blue, in the garden. Let's get to know what are those, and do you have to just make it locally or do you buy it? What exactly do they do?
Okay, thank you so much. Now, when you do establish your chili garden, you're supposed, as I told you, to ensure maximum agronomic practices to avoid diseases and pests. Remember, it's an export product and it has a bearing on the reputation of the country. If you take it to an export and they take it and they find that it is infected. So each exporting company has what they call an agronomist, a company agronomist.
Oh, okay.
And even if you start and you don't have the financial resources to actually have these traps, most of these companies have them. Have these traps and the stickers and so forth. They'll give them to you in advance because it's also in their interest to make sure that they export a product that is healthy. So these ones we have managed to get them from some of these exporting companies that we're working with, and we're able to establish them. And once you have it set, that's when the agronomist will also bring the government inspector to see the level of preparedness that you have really put on your farm, and see whether the traps are working well, the kind of insects that are being trapped, and whether the pheromone traps and so forth are well set. And also to look at the regime of how you're doing what? Spraying the chemicals on your farm. What particular chemicals are you using? Are those that are recommended, that can pass the export board, or there are those that are banned? They'll be able to guide you in all that. And then you can be able to move ahead. That's why I tell you that for chili farming, you have to be extremely careful on how you do carry out each step, because it is to your advantage. And once you do it well, the sky is the limit, because then you can keep on harvesting and you're sure that your product will be taken. And you also have to build your own reputation, because exporters, once each time they test their chili and they find your chili and it's passing the test, whenever they come to the garden and they find it ready, it becomes easier for them to always look at you. Remember, you're not the only person supplying them. There are so many.
Yeah, true.
So if they have lesser, say the orders, they say sometimes they will want 4 tons or 8 tons.
Yeah.
But there are times when they need only like 500 kilograms in a particular week.
Yeah.
So instead of tapping through the other farmers, they will always zero down to this particular farmer whom they know doesn't normally have all these challenges, and they are not going to start sorting and so forth. So once you handle your garden properly, be sure they'll also be giving you market quite often.
Okay.
Yes, please.